Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. This time I'm going to speak English without any preparation, so I hope I will be able to do it. I just wanted to share with you my journey in learning Arabic, my story with Arabic, how it started and where I am now. It started 12 years ago when I was an average student in Chechen State University. I was studying IT technology. And at that time, I had read a lot of forums in Russian language about Islam. And you know, when you start your interest with religion, your first question is which group is in a right way, on right path. Who is right and who is wrong? Because in Islam we have different groups, different sects. So that time I was spending hours and hours just reading forums, discussions, disputes about Islam, about Aqidah, about madhab, and all this stuff. And one time, and it was a very difficult time for me because, you know, it was very difficult questions for me. Sometimes I read 2 hours, 3 hours, and I don't know. I don't have any conclusion. Who is wrong? Who is right? Because I don't have enough information. And I cannot trust these forums because sometimes they give you just parts of books. So sometimes they cut sentences. You see, they say Al-Imam Fulan said something, and just they gave you part of his words. And when you go back to the book, you see another part and you understand, like the meaning is totally different. So one day I asked myself why I'm reading them, why I'm following just students like me, like young people who just learned some Arabic and who translated these books or these words to Russian language. Why I'm following them? Why I don't study Arabic to understand by myself what al-ulama are saying. And from this mabda, like from this principle, from this idea, I started learning Arabic. And my first 2 years were in totally wrong method. What I mean by that? After 2 years of Arabic, and to be honest, I was one of the best students in my group. I was very mujtahid. And after 2 years, like I was supposed to be fluent in any language, but after 2 years, I wasn't able to say anything in Arabic. Because these 2 years, I just followed the program, my teacher. And Jazahullahu khairan, he was very good teacher, or let's say he was very educated teacher, and his level of Arabic was incredible. But as a teacher of Arabic language, he used to follow wrong way in teaching languages, because his approach in teaching Arabic was just explanation. He used to explain Arabic texts for us. He used to translate them, but he didn't used to talk with us in Arabic. So 2 years, after 2 years, I became an expert in Al-Arabiyya Bayn Yadayk. I can say I almost memorized these books. I have memorized them, or I had memorized them And that time I didn't know what is right way. I just thought like, okay, I go to class, I memorize whatever my teacher says, and I do homework. It's not enough. It's supposed to be enough. But when you follow wrong way, you didn't achieve your goals. So it's not just about hard working. You can work hard, but if your approach is wrong, you get wrong results. So after 2 years, I met an Arabic teacher from Syria. And I tried to talk with him. You know, I tried to say something in Arabic because it was my first time when I meet some native speakers. Before, I didn't use YouTube for listening. I didn't do anything, just book, homework, my notebooks, my notes, just my school, my teacher, and my university. I mean IT, technology. So, after 2 years, as I said, when I met this teacher, I wasn't able to say just basic sentences. And it was a huge shock for me. How with that? 2 years. I'm one of the best students in my group, and I cannot say anything in Arabic. So what is that? How it happened? And Alhamdulillah, this teacher agreed to take me to his class. And he is from Syria. And that time he just came to Chechnya, and he didn't know any Russian language, any Chechen language, anything, just Arabic. So we can say like he was forced to teach his students Arabic just to be able to communicate with them, because he doesn't speak our language and we don't speak his language. So he didn't have any choice. So this is why his classes were very successful. And I started studying with him, and just in a couple of months, I can say my tongue was opened, or I don't know how to say it. Just I started to speak. It's like I activated all my vocabulary, like all my passive vocabulary, because I knew a lot of Arabic words. I was able to read, to understand something was written, especially in Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. I was able to translate any part of these books. I was an expert in Al-Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. But other sentences, other hadith, ayah, anything outside this book was like dark forest for me. I don't know, do we say in English like that? Like in Russian language, we use this expression, dark forest, or I don't know, темный лес. So I started with him, and it was just the first book. So students who were studying with him started before before 6 months. And me, that time I had learned Arabic for 2 years, and they just learned it for 6 months. But their level and my level, like, how do I say it? بين السماء والأرض, between heaven and earth. Very big difference. But alhamdulillah, in 6 months, I achieved their level. 5 months, like that. And alhamdulillah, I started to speak Arabic quite fluent. Jazahullahu khairan, our teacher, He is very good teacher, but now he learned Russian language. So his lessons now are not so successful because he's doing the same mistake now. He's translating to Russian language because he's able to do it just for that, because it's easier. But that time he was very good teacher just for this point, because he didn't speak our language. However, after 6 months of studying with him, I decided to go Egypt to improve my Arabic. And I graduated from my university and I started work like distance, how do you say, عن بعد, like online. I started to work online and I gathered some money. I worked for 1 year, and after 1 year I bought a car, which is like Priora, Lada Priora. In my my country is like the dream of all young people that time, of course. So I bought this car, and after 2-3 months I decided I have to go, I have to travel. This is not enough. I want higher level of Arabic. I don't want just to be able to speak. I want to understand. I want to make a jump, if we can say like that. Like, I want to achieve higher level of Arabic. And I sold my car and traveled to Egypt. In Egypt, that time in Markaz, they had like 13 levels. First of all, I went to one Markaz. They had 12 levels, and they accepted me in level 8. Yeah, it was, I don't know. هناك ضوضاء, voices, motorbikes, a lot of دراجات. Okay, so they accepted me in level 8, and they had 12 levels. But in level 8, I saw students around me. They were very weak in Arabic. And I asked myself, if they are in level 8, in this level, and if you have الحالة in this condition, so what kind of benefits I will get in just 4 months, rest 4 months? So I left this Markaz and I went to another Markaz, and they had 14, I think 13 levels or 14 levels, I don't know, I don't remember now. But however, they accepted me in level 6, like in half. Because my Arabic was very, very good for someone who studied outside of Arabic countries. Alhamdulillah. Just because of my teacher from Syria, Jazahullahu khairan. And they accepted me in level 6, and I felt like level 6 is not my level, that I need a higher level. But you know, in Egypt, they want you to study more, okay? They don't want you to accept like in a high level, they want you to study with them more, and it's understandable, okay? So however, how do you say it? However, okay, where I was. Yeah, they accepted me in level 6, and I studied in that Markaz, and it was one of the best Markaz in Egypt. But unfortunately, the government closed it. And in Egypt, I spent first time 5 months. And that 5 months, I used to study very hard. Every day I had about 7 hours of learning Arabic. 3 or 4 hours in Markaz, and about 3 hours outside of Markaz learning al-Nahu wal-Sarf. And I spent 5 months in this regime or routine. And you know, after 5 months, I started to miss my country, I started to miss my mother, my family, my friends. And I started to dream like I'm returning to Chechnya. And even in class, I was sitting in front of my teacher and thinking about my country, about mountains. So I said for myself, okay, this is enough. I achieved very good level in Arabic. So this is enough. I can go back. And I finished Markaz and I went back to Chechnya. And my question was, now, what can I do to save my Arabic? Because of course if I will work as a programmer, or how to say, like a web designer, I don't know. Like I was doing some websites in that time, but now I forgot everything. So I asked myself, what can I do to save my Arabic? And honestly, suddenly, one of my friends who was imam fil masjid, he asked me, do you want to teach children in summer camp? I said, okay, good idea, let's start. And that time I didn't have any experience in teaching. So I said like, okay, let's try. And I started to teach children in mosque, in summer camp. And I liked it. And like I opened in myself these skills that I'm very good in teaching. Okay, let's say not very good, of course, but that I'm good in teaching. And I opened that I like this. And after 3 months of teaching children, alhamdulillah, we achieved very good results just in 3 months. Those children started to speak Arabic with me. I said, okay, that's it. I need to return to Egypt to learn more, because now I want to become a teacher. So if I want to become a teacher, my level is not enough. So I have to return there and improve my Arabic more, because now I have clear goal. So now I understand why I need it. Before it was just for read books, to understand lessons, to be able to understand my religion. Now I want to become a teacher. So I returned to Egypt. I took some classes in advanced grammar, in advanced sarf, you know, and alhamdulillah, I studied again about 7 hours a day, every day. And I was crazy about learning Arabic. And after 5 months, I started to dream about my country again, because it's very difficult to go in this rhythm. It's very difficult because every day 5 hours, so it's very difficult, and you get tired fast. So after 5 months, I said, okay, this is enough. This is really enough. I have to go back. And I went back. I went to Chechnya and I opened small Arabic center. And I got some students and I started to teach Arabic. And I started Arabic, I taught Arabic about how many months? Maybe 6 months. I used to teach Arabic, and Alhamdulillah, it was an amazing time in my life. And Alhamdulillah, my students were very radin, like satisfied. But you know, that time, some people, some rich people in Chechnya, they opened Arabic teaching center, and they spent a lot of money in this center. I mean, they invested a lot of money in design, in teachers, in everything. So their center was very beautiful and very organized, and everything was perfect except program. But however, you know, when they opened this center, and I have this small room, humble Arabic center, I cannot call it center because it's just room. Just room, there is about 10 chairs. So it was very small room. So I asked myself, okay, now what can I do? I don't have money to open this big, very beautiful Arabic center as I want. So I just have experience. I have patience. I have this love for teaching Arabic, but I don't have money. So I have to do something to be able to continue in this way, because all students, of course, they will go this center because it's more beautiful, looks better, and you know, it's like real Arabic center, not just small room. So I thought about this problem, and I said, okay, I don't have money, but I can become very professional Arabic teacher. So I need some certificates. I need some certificates. So I will fight with certificates. So they put money, I put certificates. So I returned. So I closed my small, humble center, and I returned to Egypt just to get some certificates in teaching Arabic. Not just certificates, of course. I went back to study how to teach Arabic and to get certificates. And Alhamdulillah, I took some courses, very good courses, in how they say إعداد المعلمين, like preparation of teachers to non-Arabic speakers. Okay, however, I took these courses. It was very intensive courses, and I got some certificates. So after 3 months of very intensive studying, I went back to Chechnya with certificates, and I opened, you can say, better center than the one I had before. Like I invested some money. I took some money from my mother, and I started use Instagram. I started use some Instagram. It was Instagram and other social media in Russia. So I gathered a very big audience, followers. So it was very easy for me, because it's just this time I started use Instagram. Just the third journey to Egypt, I started to use Instagram, so people knew about me, people can say loved me, and they trusted in me, on me. I don't know. Okay, so I went back and I opened better center. Alhamdulillah, it was a very beautiful place, and I started to teach Arabic, and also I created my own program, because I saw that the program I used to teach wasn't good, let's be honest, because it was good for Egypt. It was good if you go an Arabic country and you study there 5 hours a day or 3 hours a day, and you are living in Arabic environment. But if you are studying 3 hours a week, that program wasn't good. So first I started to add some materials, to change a lot of things, to add a lot of things I see that students need. And after time, I asked myself why I'm teaching this book. Because I'm not forced to teach it. So I can just remove this book and put some other conversations, other things that I see suitable for my students. So I started to work on my book, and I had a lot of students, and I became very famous teacher of Arabic in Chechnya. Alhamdulillah, I can say not one of, I was the famous one. And I still, but I have to be humble, even in Russia. Sorry for that. But unfortunately, this is the reality I live. Unfortunately, I wish that we have more teachers, but unfortunately, okay, this is not good to say like that. However, I will tell you why I'm saying this. After time, some of my students, they how they say, absent. They are absent for some lessons, and when they come again, I have to explain again. So I started to record my videos. I started to record my videos on my phone, just put phone every day, every class, and I just record all lessons. No editing, no microphone, nothing, just for them, for my real students who are absent. So after class, I just send them, I used to send this video on YouTube, and they watch it. So خلاص انتهت المشكلة, no problem with that. So they can study by themselves. So I don't need to explain again. And after that, on my YouTube channel, I had that time like 20, maybe 50 followers. But, suddenly these videos, these lessons on YouTube started to become very famous. People from other countries, even like from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, all these countries that speak Russian, they speak their languages, but also they know Russian language. So they started to watch, and my lessons on YouTube started to be very popular. And every day I got new followers, and just in very quick time, in very short time, my YouTube channel became one of the famous and the biggest YouTube channels on all this Russian speaking world. And I said, okay, so I need to travel again, because my knowledge and my reputation, I don't know how to pronounce it, but my knowledge, my real level, and the level that people think I am on is not the same. So they think that I know Arabic, I'm like a scholar. Of course they don't think that I'm scholar, but I mean, they think that I'm in very high level of Arabic and Islamic knowledge, but I'm not. So I have to travel to study, and it was my dream to study in Arabic university. It was my dream because I always used to think that I'm nothing in front of people who are studying in Arabic countries, I mean in universities. Because I just learned in Arabic center. This is all my level. But they are studying among Arabs, like Arabs in Arabic countries. they are living there. So a different level. I thought that I don't know anything and they know everything. So I started to think about going outside, and I had family, I had children. So I chose to go Jordan. I will tell you in another video why Jordan. And Alhamdulillah, in Jordan, I graduated. I graduated from Jordan University in 3 years. Alhamdulillah. So I studied fast, if we can say like that, or I studied quick, because I used to take a lot of hours every semester. I took like the maximum, so I was able to finish all my courses just in 3 years, or 2 years and 10 months. And in another video I will tell you, because this is a very long video, so it is enough for this time, how I started my English journey, or how I started to work on this channel. But Alhamdulillah, now in my Russian channel there are about 100,000 and what to say, 160,000 followers, and there are more than 300 hours, no more, maybe 400 hours of classes. There are full course for, there is full course for beginners, 100 hour, and second Al-Arabiya Bayn Yadayk part 2, all classes 70 hours. Al-Arabiya Bayn Yadayk Al-Juz' Al-Thalith, third book, about 50 hours, and different lessons, podcasts, a lot of things. Alhamdulillah. So if you speak Russian, you can just go there and learn everything I know, maybe, because you can get in an advanced level just by watching these videos in Russian language. Alhamdulillah, of course, it's fadlun min Allah. I just did what Allah made easy for me. So I just follow the way that Allah made easy for me. So that's it. It was very easy for me, by mercy of Allah, by fadl min Allah. It was very easy for me, and I did just what was made easy for me. So that's it. I hope this video was interesting, and in another video, another time, I will tell you how I learned how I am learning English. I didn't learn, and you see how it's difficult for me to speak English. It's very difficult, and I hate English. I hate English because when you compare between English and Arabic, you see how Arabic is logical, how Arabic is easy. Yeah, it's bigger, but it's easier than English, because when you speak Arabic, you know what you have to say, because it's very logical, there are rules. But in English, I'm guessing sometimes what I have to say or how to pronounce some vocabulary. So I don't like English, but I'm forced to learn English just to be able to give you or to teach you Arabic. So this is just a tool for me, and I have very clear goals, alhamdulillah, and I know what I have to do. So this is just part of my way, and in another video I will tell you about my way and what I'm trying to achieve. Why I'm doing all this. It's not for money, alhamdulillah, it's not for money. It's something, very deep. And when you love something, you want to tell whole world about your feelings, about your love.
and you want to make all people love what you love. So this is, I think, something about something like that. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. May Allah make it easy for me and for you. May Allah forgive us, and may Allah make us better. Barakallahu fikum. I hope I will share this video. I don't know. Maybe after watching it, I will say, okay, this is not good one. I need to do another one. But I will not do another one. And this, I have a lot of videos in my computer that I didn't share just because I felt like that they are not good enough. Assalamu alaikum.